The country of Zambia lies in the southern Central African tropical belt. Zambia is as large as France, Austria, Hungary and Switzerland combined. It covers an area of 750,000 square kilometers. Ndola is home to close on 400,000 people and is the second largest city in Zambia. Ndola is integral to the Zambian economy. It is a gateway to the distribution center for the copper belt, and it is home to factories, banks and commercial offices and retail outlets in a thriving CBD. 7 years ago, John Enright and his family came across an abandoned trucking company in Ndola. They had a dream to establish the Kafakumba mission. They also wanted it to serve as a community center, training facility, as well as to develop, empower and uplift the community.
So we're standing here in what has become the Kafakumba Training Center. Property that you see was in fact an abandoned trucking company. It had been abandoned when we bought it about 13 years. So the dream was to turn this old abandoned area into a place that would eventually help to transform Africa. We're very ambitious. So in 2000 we had our first class here, and now we're about 7 years into the process, and tremendous things have happened. The dream is to have a free-floating campus, a place where people can come and can learn and experience things that they will be taking to their own homes and to different places, and it will transform their own communities.
I can say we have more students who are coming all over Zambia, and we expect that we will receive more because we have many who express their wish to come to this school.
We're currently in what we call Kafakumba Pastor School. Now this is a program that involves about 120 pastors from all over Africa. These are key people within their communities. They are from a variety of church organizations, and they come here for 7 weeks or so a year, and it is an 8-year program. So it's a long, drawn-out process in which they just learn a wide variety of things, all the way from biblical studies to development.
Yeah, in the pastoral center, I think I've been here, and this is the 60th year, and I have to be here for 2 years more. For you to complete the course, it takes 8 years.
Il y a beaucoup de profits parce que bon, ça nous a permis de découvrir d'autres expériences.
When that process is over, and it's about 7 weeks, then the facility is open to anybody and everybody.
We offer the kids mainly Bible study, song, handwork, the way to play together, and it's great. They are so happy, and it's a real joy to work with them, I'll tell you that.
And so we have everything from the Girls Brigade to the Catholic Youth to the United Methodist Sunday School projects. And in a given year, we would see an estimate of, say, 30,000 people that would use this facility. Now, when we're up and running properly, it will be even much more than that. And so that is kind of an overview. We have behind us the building, the auditorium, which can handle over 1,000 people. And that would be for, say, a one-day thing in which lots of people came in. But the facility itself will handle about 500 people in comfort. Our goal is to have a world-class dining hall. We would like to have dormitories that are clean and respectable, and people can come from anywhere and be comfortable. There will be a variety of classrooms, recreation area, and then finally outside of the camp, to the area to the back of us, we would like to have playing fields, swimming pool, and so on, so that young people who come for a youth camp will also have a place to enjoy themselves and have fun.
The heart of the initiative is the pastor school with its spiritual focus. The training center has initiated 4 main business enterprises. One of Kafakumba's main business and investments projects is the timber mill, which is situated next to the mission.
My name is JJ Olofse. I've been involved with Kafakumba for 2.5 years now. I head up the timber division. We have our own timber concessions and we buy timber in as well. We are trying to alleviate the problem of deforestation by education in Zambia. We find that the biggest cause of deforestation is not timber felling itself, but rather the making of charcoal, where people are taking a huge tree and cutting it into charcoal and not getting the true value of that timber. So what we're trying to do is teach people, instead of clear felling where they're going to a forest and fell all the trees they find, we teach them to do selective felling where they go actually take the one tree that is big and fell it and bring it to us, where we produce a product out of it and pay them a higher value than what they would get for charcoal from it. In the wet sawmill we have 19 employees working at the moment that are breaking the logs down. The machines we use are wood misers, Curve Kings, which is all narrowband technology bandsaw blades to assist with your recovery, so you have a thin bandsaw blade going through the timber. All of the people working here are from the local villages in the surrounding area. The majority of them were unemployed when we first came here, and what we've done is we had a few skilled people that we trained, and we've brought people onto the job and trained them on a day-to-day basis, and so they've picked up the skills, and as they've learned, we've moved them up into a higher position and pulled in people below them to train them as well. So that's how we've moved up.
This is an example of people advancing and developing themselves with practical on-the-job training.
We take wet raw timber in log form and we cut it into a cant, which we then transfer into a board, which is then dried in our kilns. We have 4 people in the kiln department, that's to handle the drying of the timber.
Once the timber leaves the kiln, it is sorted and graded, and then sent to various workstations to start with the assembly of different products.
My name is Charles Chilumba. I'm managing wood workshop, and I've got about 4 production lines.
Namely doors, windows, flooring and decking. Some of the timbers that we have are rosewood, teak, shamfuta, kiart and iroko. We generally do strip flooring, which is tongue and groove flooring, hardwood, solid flooring, 22mm thick. We do decking for outside verandas, around swimming pool surrounds, etc. for the export market as well as the local market.
Hi, I'm Lance. I'm the export manager based in Johannesburg, South Africa. All the timber logs come through here. We process the timber into your decking, flooring, furniture. When it comes to the export, we work in close hands with the forestry. So when we're about to send a shipment, all the logs are put there and we stamp it. We then get the forestry to come through and we do a phytosanitary inspection and spraying, where they spray it, and that gets rid of the insect beetle or the borer beetle. The local market is growing. I mean, we've got all the mines in this area. They are after all our doors and our windows. If you look at the mines around, they're opening a mine probably every year now, and at each little contract they're probably doing about 400 houses in each place. So we've got huge local sales, which is great.
Hi, I'm Ian Lendrum. I work for a large mining company here on the Zambian copper belt. And it's a good product. We've got an architect involved from South Africa, and he was really was the main drive. Once he'd seen the product, there was no chance I was going to be able to use anything else, really.
The quality of the different factory projects has caught the attention of many discerning customers. Chairs are made at a local factory from the timber supplied by Kafakumba. The chairs are sold as far afield as the United States of America. The remuneration received goes to assisting the Order of the St. Franciscan Sisters, who in turn have many projects that they are actively involved in. This school for the disabled children being one of them. Kafakumba not only manufactures the doors and frames, but also has the ability to make pens and other small wood crafts.
Hello, I'm Jill. I've flown in from Johannesburg. We're actually looking at uplifting the skills on every level. And the accounting people have done very well up until now, but now this operation seems to be going to the next stage, so we're looking at expanding the whole operation.
Bananas and wood are products ideally suited for export, and Kafakumba's is well positioned to benefit from this business opportunity.
We're in the middle of a banana plantation, and this plantation has been in about 2 years or so. We start out with tissue culture plants. We buy them either from Israel or South Africa, and the variety is actually Williams. And then they're put in the ground. About a year to a year and 3 months later, you would start ideally getting your first harvest. From the time a banana throws a flower, which is the beginning of a bunch, you're looking at 90 days in hot weather and about 120 days in cold weather. So it really depends on the weather.
My name is Ruben Mwape Bukanga. I was the only one who could do the irrigation. All the hectares which we have, I'm the one who has been doing the irrigation.
So we have a whole irrigation system. Now, this farm is similar to all of the farms we work on. It's basically a banana partnership in which there is a local person who owns this hectare. The one we're actually looking at now helps pay for a school up in the Congo. So we have a whole network of people working together, and the idea is that the individual farmer would get a good living from it. Part of the profits would come into a foundation, which then helps the next farmer.
I managed my bananas, but then we share the profit. After paying the expenses and so forth, then we share the profit.
I became a volunteer who's working with John now as a partner.
We have about 106 farmers, partners, and at this point in time we're around 200 hectares of bananas. So this would just be 1 hectare among 200 spread all over this part of Zambia. The yields have been astonishingly good. We probably have some of the highest yielding bananas in the entire world. We have created this cooperative so everybody markets together. We have a unified marketing system. Typically, we would be looking at about 80 tons of bananas per hectare, which is a substantial yield. So we're actually producing in the area of 2,400 bunches. If we go for the 50-kilo average, that would give you somewhere around 120 tons. So a hectare like this would produce in gross revenue, you could come close to $40,000 US if you did everything right. Part of our bananas are sold in Zambia, part of them are exported to Lubumbashi, which is a large city on the other side of the border in the Congo. We don't have a problem selling bananas. We have a problem getting enough bananas to sell.
In addition to investments in timber and bananas, the aloe vera is another exciting business opportunity.
What we have here is the aloe vera plant, and we have planted them in between the bananas, so we're actually doing a double cropping. This is very exciting because not only does the farmer get produce from the banana, but they also get to have the aloe vera. The bananas will be dead in about 5 years, but you replaced, then the whole field can become aloe. Each leaf can weigh up to 2 kilos. You harvest the leaves. This leaf contains both a skin on the outside and also a clear gel on the inside. So what you would do is you would actually cut off the skin, and what you're left with is a slippery, slimy, very clear, you can see right through it. You're looking at possibly 2 kilos of aloe per year, and we're talking about millions of plants. So you need actually a processing plant where this product, the leaves are brought in, processed, and then stabilized. And our market would be twofold. One would be the local consumption, because many people drink it for immune boosting properties. And then it also is used extensively in the cosmetics industry. So major companies buy aloe and add it to soap and to skin lotions and things of this nature. So we would actually have a cooperative in which the villager, the local farmer is producing it. We are working together with them with fertilizer, plant material, and so on. And then we would also have the factory which processes it, stabilizes it, and makes an exportable product. So that's aloe vera.
The final business project has a direct and immediate benefit to the community, alleviating and preventing hunger and malnutrition. This is another example of local involvement in a community business.
Basically, this is our fish farm project. We're deeply concerned about poverty issues. We're also deeply concerned about malnutrition, food, something to eat. Now, we have vast areas in Zambia of swampland, river bottom, and this is a classic example. This was an abandoned area that was next to this little river. And what we've been able to do is turn this into about 1.2, 1.3 hectares of fish ponds. Fish are fantastic in this area for several reasons. One is the culture of the Bemba people, the local inhabitants here. They love fish. The fish grow very well in this climate. These are tilapia nilotica. They are a very sought-after fish. There is no shortage. We put the ponds in, we plant the fish, and in the system that we are using, we would hope to generate about 10 tons per hectare twice a year. So that would be 20 tons of fish per hectare in terms of yield. Now, the way we work it is in partnership with local people. So we have a local farmer, Mr. Lubilo here, and he is the owner of this fish pond along with us. So it is a lovely synergy that happens as we're working together and each one is supporting the other. The fish have done very well. This is the beginning. This will be probably our nursery area, and we're planning to go up to about 200 hectares of fish ponds. So it will be a major industry in this area for hiring local people. Our share of the revenue, the profit that we would get, goes into the foundation that then launches projects someplace else. So it's just one more step in the whole idea of self-development, self-reliance, lifting the country up without being dependent on aid and assistance, which really isn't helping very much.
Zambia has many large inland lakes like this one. This lake could be used to supply fresh water to a number of gravity-fed breeding dams, as shown in this graphic. John Enright has a passion and vision for the future of Africa and its people. John has already achieved so much and still has an ambitious rollout plan ahead.
Well, as I'm sure you've gathered, this place is a diamond in the rough. You know, we've got some rough edges. There's a lot of work to be done to finish it up. But our vision is a pretty big one. So we think this concept of both training, practical applications, and then development is the way to go. So we see this whole concept as a franchise, a package that can be taken all over. It becomes self-sustaining. It does not need support from other countries. The people then that have made it happen then go out and create the same thing over and over. And I would be satisfied with nothing less than the transformation of Africa and the economic activity and development that makes a 35-year life expectancy a thing of the past. Africa needs self-reliance. Africa needs to have people who pick up the ball and realize they're living in the Garden of Eden. They have all of the opportunities in the world, and this is a place where they can not only survive but thrive. This is fantastic, and people are catching that vision.
We invite you to share in this vision, looking to future business and investment opportunities.